Welcome student. Today we will see TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. TCP, like user data from protocol, is a process to process or program to program protocol. TCP therefore, like UDP, uses port numbers. Unlike UDP, TCP is a connection oriented protocol. It creates a virtual connection between two TCPs to send data. In addition, TCP uses flow and error control mechanism at the transport layer. In brief, TCP is called a connection oriented reliable transport protocol. It adds connection oriented and reliability features to the services of Internet Protocol. TCP services. Process to process communication. Like UDP, TCP provide process to process communication using port number. Stream delivery service. TCP, unlike UDP, is a stream oriented protocol. TCP, on the other hand, allows the sending process to deliver data as a stream of bytes and allows the receiving process to obtain data as a stream of bytes. These are the well-known ports used by TCP. 7 for echo, 9 for Discord, 11 for users, 13 for daytime, 17 for code, 20 for FTP, 21 for FTP, 23 for Telnet, 25 for SMTP, 53 for DNS, 67 for Bootstrap protocol, 79 for Fingers, 80 for HTTP, 111 for RPC. These are some of the well-known protocols. Well-known ports used by TCP. Stream delivery. So in TCP, the process will send the data through different layers and it will pass from one client to the server in a form of stream of bytes from one TCP to another TCP layer. Full duplex communication. TCP offers full duplex service in which data can flow in both directions at the same time. Each TCP then has a sending and receiving buffer, and segments move in both directions. Connection-oriented service. TCP, unlike UDP, is a connection-oriented protocol. When a process at site A wants to send and receive data from another process at site B, the following occurs. The two TCPs establish a connection between them. Data are exchanged in both directions. The connection is terminated. Reliable service. TCP is a reliable transport protocol. It uses an acknowledgement mechanism to check the safe and sound arrival of data. TCP features. Numbering system. Although the TCP software keeps track of the segment being transmitted or received, there is no field for a segment number value in the segment header. Instead, there are two fields called the sequence number and the acknowledgement number. These two fields refer to the byte number and not the segment number. Byte number. TCP numbers all data bytes that are transmitted in the connection. Numbering is independent in each direction. Sequence number. After the bytes have been numbered, TCP assigns a sequence number to each segment that is being sent. The sequence number for each segment is the number of the first byte carried in that segment. Acknowledgement number. The acknowledgement number defines the number of the next byte that the party expects to receive. In addition, the acknowledgement number is cumulative, which means that the party takes the number of the last byte that it has received, safe and sound, add 1 to it, and announces this sum as the acknowledgement number. Flow control. TCP, unlike UDP, provide flow control. The receiver of the data controls the amount of data that are to be sent by the sender. This is done to prevent the receiver from being overwhelmed with data. The numbering system allows TCP to use a byte-oriented flow control. Error control. To provide reliable service, TCP implements an error control mechanism. Although error control considers a segment as the unit of data for error detection, loss or corrupted segment, error control is byte-oriented. Congestion control. TCP, unlike UDP, takes into account congestion in the network. The amount of data sent by the sender is not only controlled by the receiver, but is also determined by the level of congestion in the network. Segment. A packet in a TCP is called a segment. This field defines 6 different control. This field defines 6 different control bits or flags as shown in figure. One or more of these bits can be set at a time. So this is the TCP segment format. So header and data are together known as segment. The header has source port address, destination port address, sequence number, acknowledgement number. Then the header length, reserve. It has window size, checksum, urgent pointer, options and padding. These are the header subfields. Control field. So it has urgent pointer followed by acknowledgement is valid pointer followed by request for push followed by reset the connection followed by synchronize the sequence number and followed by fin which terminate the connection. These bits enable flow control, connection establishment and termination, connection abortion and the mode of data transfer in TCP. Description of flags in the control field. URG. The value of the urgent pointer field is value. For the flag acknowledgement, the value of the acknowledgement field is value. PSH. Push the data. RST. It reset the connections. SYN. It synchronizes sequence number during connection. FIN. It terminate the connection. This flag will terminate the connection. TCP connection. TCP is a connection oriented. TCP oriented transport protocol establish a virtual path between the source and the destination. All the segments belong to a message are then sent over this virtual path. Using a single virtual path for the entire message facilitate the acknowledgement process as well as the retransmission of damage or lost frames. In TCP, connection-oriented transmission requires three phases: connection establishment, data transfer, and connection termination. Connection establishment. TCP transmit data in a full duplex mode, three-way handshaking. The connection establishment in TCP is called three-way handshaking. The process starts with the server. The server program tells the TCP that it is ready to accept a connection. This is called a request for a passive open. The client program issues a request for an active open. So this is connection establishment using three-way handshake. So first we have the synchronization bit, which is sent from client to the server. So this is, we call it as active open. And once it is received by the server, it becomes passive open. This will be acknowledged by the synchronization and acknowledgement bit. Synchronization and acknowledgement bit, which will have the sequence number followed by acknowledgement number. A is the acknowledgement flag, S is the synchronization flag. Then followed by, again, the client will send the acknowledgement that it has received the synchronization and acknowledgement data. Data transfer. After connection is establishment, bidirectional data transfer can take place. The client and server can both send data and acknowledgement. The data segment sent by the client have the push flag set so that the server TCP knows to deliver data to the server process as soon as they are received. So this is the data transfer. So first there will be a transfer from client to the server. So this is the data with the sequence number 8001 followed by the sequence number 9001. These are the data sent by the client, and the server will also send the data with the sequence number 15001. To this, the client sent the sequence 10,000 along with the acknowledgement for the 7001 data which it has already sent. Pushing data. The application program at the sending side can request a push operation. This means that the sending TCP must not wait for the window to be filled. This must create a segment and send it immediately. The sending TCP must also set the push bit to let the receiving TCP know that the segment includes data that must be delivered to the receiving application program as soon as possible and not to wait for more data to come. Connection termination. Any of the two parties involved in exchanging data can close the termination, although it is usually initiated by the client. Most implementation today allow two options for connection termination: 3-way handshaking and 4-way handshaking with a half close option. 3-way handshaking. Most implementation today allow 3-way handshaking for connection termination. So this is a connection termination using 3-way handshaking. So active close. The client will send an active close message data to the server. So it will send a file control. The server responds with the FIL along with the acknowledgement. Then the connection will be terminated and acknowledgement will be sent to the client. Acknowledge. Half close. In TCP, one end can stop sending data while still receiving data. This is called a half close. Although either end can issue a half close, it is normally initiated by the client. The client half closes the connection by sending a file segment. The server accepts the half close by sending the acknowledgement signal. The data transfer from the client to the server stop. The server, however, can still send data. When the server has sent all the processed data, it sends a FIN segment which is acknowledged by an acknowledgement from the client. So this is how it happens half close. So the client is sending a FIN message, means it wants to close the connection. So the server is sending an acknowledgement frame. So the connection will be closed between the client and the server. But the data segment from server to client, acknowledgement from client to server. But still the data transfer takes place between the server and the client, not from the client to the server. When the server sends the file, a termination will take place at the server side. There will not be any communication between the server and the client. The client will send an acknowledgement for the FIN message which the server has sent. Flow control. TCP uses a sliding window as discussed to handle flow control. The sliding window protocol used by TCP, however, is sometimes something between the go back and select to repeat sliding window. So this is the sliding window. So as we have already seen the sliding window, this is the sliding window from N to M. So this is the closing window, and after that we have the opening window there. The window size is the minimum between reserved window and congestion window. It is the minimum between received window and congestion window. Error control. TCP provides reliability using error control. Error control includes mechanism for detecting corrupted segment, lost segment, out of order segment, and duplicated segment. Error control also includes a mechanism for correcting errors after they are detected. Error detection and correction in TCP is achieved through the use of three simple tools: checksum, acknowledgement, and timing. With this, I conclude today. Thank you.